It's The Drive on The Fan.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Good morning, greetings, salutations, and hello from the Finley Hyundai Studios. It is The Drive. Devin, Dixon, Paul Ratliff, and Tara Atkin pushing all the buttons, getting us in and out of the breaks. And good morning, everybody. How we feeling on a Hump Day Wednesday? We got more playing games, and we're on the eve, the cusp of March Madness officially getting started.
That's right. It's a big day, the precursor to the madness. I love it.
Yep.
Best day in sports. Playoffs, in my opinion, are the Thursday, Friday of March Madness.
I agree. These are the long days. These are days where if you can play hooky, if you can take the day off work, and go just to the man cave, to the local establishment, to your favorite restaurant, and just chillax.
Just get set up.
Yep. And just indulge.
Yeah.
It's almost like an all-you-can-eat buffet for sports fans.
It is, absolutely.
An all-inclusive resort for sports fans. It's called the opening weekend of March Madness. Game after game after game after game. I look forward to this weekend every single year.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a lot of fun. We know who BYU is now playing as of last night.
Yeah.
They will be playing the Texas Longhorns, Sean Miller's group. I don't think that team should strike too much fear into BYU's injured roster. Did you realize, Paulie, you've been razzing me about BYU a little bit. Did you realize how many players are out for the season on the BYU roster?
No. I mean, I haven't added it.
Do you care?
I mean, it's kind of a moot point at this point.
Yeah. Okay. But even that said, I watched a good portion of the second half of that game last night. I was down at the Yard at Utah Tech. You guys were down there too.
Yeah.
And a good start for the Trailblazers, but all Cougars after the third inning.
That's right. But it was a triumphant start. Crable knocked a 2-run home run over what I like to call the mini green monster out there in center, knocked it over the big wall. So that was cool. Got the crowd going, but wasn't much for everyone supporting Utah Tech to cheer about after, like you say, the third inning.
Great crowd, though.
Was a very good crowd. The bleachers on the far right, I commented to Tara, were pretty full and
pretty packed.
So even when the Sun game went down, I feel like the crowd filled in even more. So it was really a nice crowd for Coach Fade and the boys out there at Hearst yesterday.
Yeah, the Hearst. It was popping. I love seeing a crowd like that.
Yeah, it's good for Utah
It was
Tech.
not a good outcome at the end of the day. That's 2 consecutive Tuesdays in a row that Utah Tech has fallen to the hands of BYU. Remember, the last couple of years they had been splitting with BYU. They had split with Utah.
Yeah.
This year they got off to that rip-roaring start, and you're thinking, what if they swept a BYU Cougar team? And you would not be shocked with the start that the Utah Tech had, but now you kind of look at it and you're like, the losing streak is rising. What is that? 5 losses in a row, I believe now for Utah Tech baseball.
Yep, it is.
After that incredible, 13-1 start, the losses are starting to stack up a little bit. Last night, 18-5 was the final score down at the Hearst, and obviously. I was happy to see so many local high school Southern Utah athletes on the field at the same time. Now, Bryker Herdsman didn't play for BYU last night, but Luke Anderson did.
Led off,
led off, and Luke had a nice RBI single up the middle in his second at-bat of the game, I believe it was. I don't know if you stayed for that one, Paulie, or if you had taken off by that point. But, yeah, I mean, you've got Peyton Gubler, you got Ridge Erickson, you've got some guys up there.
Kaysen Bell.
Yeah, Kaysen Bell is on that roster.
Yeah, from Dixie.
And then you look at Utah Tech with Petey Soto and Brock Roundy and Aaron Morris, who got the nod to start yesterday out of Crimson Cliffs. Tank Kelly's been doing a good job on the back end. Already got some, whack accolades, some of the weekly awards for his, pitching prowess early in the season.
Yeah.
So Cougars win it. It was 3-0, but they only scored 2 more runs after that hot start, that Crapel home run. And
McDaniel singled, and
Opposite
RBI.
field,
Yeah.
Oppo.
Yeah.
Now that kid can. I've been hearing a lot of scouts are taking a really close look at Kyle McDaniel because he can swing the lumber.
Oh, yeah, he can. He's a great hitter. And he's got a very peculiar stance, like takes up the whole box. So it's like a very wide, different kind of stance for him.
Great kid, though. We had him in studio, what was it, 2 weeks ago, I think it was?
Yeah.
Great kid, Pahrump, Nevada, small town kid. Coach said we had to double take and really do our research on him because it was a small school, but we liked him and we brought him in, and man, that's paid dividends for Utah Tech. So he had an RBI single. Crapel goes 3 for 4 in the game last night with a walk and 2 runs scored. This just wasn't meant to be. These 2 bullpen games where they've pitched an inning or 2 and they pitched multiple pitchers, it just hasn't worked out very well. You had a lot of guys throw last night.
Yeah.
Even BYU was kind of the same. They threw a lot of guys last night. And so it just did not work out. Did not work out for Coach Fate and the boys. They'll lock in on conference play around the corner. They still got some preseason non-conference games to kind of get the ship righted, if you will.
Is it Fresno next for the baseball team?
Yeah.
I believe so,
Thursday
right?
and is it Saturday?
Thursday. Usually the weekend
2 games
series
set, right?
could be. I'm not looking at the schedule right now.
I thought it was. I had just looked at the schedule yesterday, but
It's Fresno
They play
State.
Fresno State
Thursday and Friday. Yeah.
Thursday, Friday.
At Brucehurst, yeah.
Yep. And then Saturday, Sunday, they go down to UNLV.
Yeah.
So they have, Thursday and Friday at home, and then not too far away, Saturday and Sunday down there in Vegas. And then they go on the road to Southern Illinois, and then they'll stop out in St. Louis.
Wow, Southern Illinois.
Yeah.
Salukis.
Yep. Before they come back April 2nd for the WAC opener. So only 2 more preseason non-conference games left on the docket for the Blazers. And losing streak is at 5 in a row.
Yeah.
So 13-8, those still 5 games above 500 right now. But with Fresno and UNLV, man, if you could stay 5 games above 500 going into conference play, I think you'd feel pretty good about that, wouldn't you, Paul?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Way to go deep on that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I mean, what would be acceptable at this point in time?
I mean, I think
A split with UNLV and a split with Fresno.
Yeah, I think that you look at those teams and the road element and UNLV. I think a split would be best possible outcome, maybe. But maybe you go 3-1.
Well, I mean, look at what everybody else is doing in the preseason. Now, everybody's playing different levels of competition, so it's not a level playing field in the WAC. But Cal Baptist is 17-5. Tarleton State is 13-7. Utah Tech sitting third at 13-8 after last night's loss to BYU. Utah Valley's at 10-9. Abilene Christian 10-10. Sac State's only 8-13, and UT Arlington is 7-13 so far. So, but Tech, 5-game losing streak to fall down to third. For a minute there, they were, best record in the WAC until these last 5 games.
Yeah.
And Cal Baptist flew past them in the standings that don't matter. That's your live look. We're super excited for a watch party this weekend.
Yeah.
Paulie is going to be missing it.
Yes.
Unfortunately, but Tara and I will be floating around.
Yeah.
And we'll be broadcasting live on the Fan Sports Network on Saturday from 1 to 3. 1 to 3 on Saturday. Broadcasting live from the 20th hole at Black Desert Resort. If you've never been to the 20th hole, it's awesome.
I've never been.
You haven't been?
I would definitely like to be at this if I could be.
Really nice menu, indoor golf simulators, 15,000 square feet or 14,000 square feet. It's huge.
Yeah.
You got a ton of seats, ton of room. It's right there between the Pro Shop and Latitude, just off the 19th hole.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is the little par 3 that you can warm up on or settle your bets on after the round is over.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that'll be Saturday. We'll be there from 1 o'clock till 3 o'clock. Now, I'll be sticking around a little longer. I'll be giving away some prizes. We got some concert tickets. We got some Black Desert giveaways. We got some really cool, fun contests, fun prizes. We're going to do a long drive in the simulator. We're going to do a closest to in the simulator, some things like that for some cool prizes.
Maybe I would have better luck at the simulators, than
I
real
doubt it.
golf. I could participate in the long drive on the simulator because instead of chunking one into the bottom of the hill at Coral Canyon, at least it hits that little screen and it looks like you nailed it just like everybody else. So I got to get in the simulator game.
I'm speechless.
I know.
I mean, you try to talk about how a simulator golf
Could
game is
improve
going to
my game,
translate
yes.
to real golf.
Yes.
When
It probably still wouldn't go into
a
regulation.
bad golf swing. You
the
better
grid.
Oh, here's what I want you to do today.
Okay.
I want you to take one of our listeners brought Paulie
Yes.
some
Yeah.
golf balls.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't
got
know. It
'em.
was 18, 24 golf
Yeah,
balls
there's a good
in there.
amount of them in there.
I want to see how many holes it takes you.
Or how many balls I lose to get one
If you
in
can-
the cup.
If you can play 18 holes and still half of that bag left, then we'll talk about, simulator and translating and,
Okay.
making some improvements in the swing department.
All right.
If you lose all those balls in the front nine, then bad golf is bad golf.
Yes, that's right.
Well, I think a lot of our listeners are really intrigued to see if we could actually turn you into a decent golfer.
That's right.
Tara and I have our doubts. this is you've seen the Haney
I
project.
don't love
Yeah.
Tara in with you. Let her speak for herself.
Well, I've seen Tara swing. It's
I
way
wouldn't
better
say
than yours.
good golfer. We might be able to turn him into a golfer. I don't know if they would ever be good.
Yes.
But I think
Look at
he
her.
could get
She's
to
there
where
to
he could
swoop
go out
in.
and play, and he might have to pick up a ball and move to the next hole every once in a while.
Yes.
But I think he could get out and play.
All right. See, she's a little more optimistic.
Anybody
little
can get
glass
out and
half full.
play. It's just whether or not you want him to dip into your golf balls or
Yeah,
not by
yeah.
the time we
Yeah,
finish.
don't buy the Pro V1s when you play with me,
Right?
buddy.
Yeah, I won't.
Well, and the other thing is can he actually finish out every hole and
Without
keep
picking up or-
pace without
yeah.
the marshal getting called on our group the whole day? That's the
Yeah.
other $1 million question.
right.
Without having to
Pace
let
of
everybody play through.
Yeah. I'm guessing after 8, 9, 10, 11 strokes per hole, I'm that serious with what I know
Yeah.
about Paul's golf swing,
That's right.
that it's going to be very difficult.
Tara knows about the swing. I was out at the long drive. She hit the grid. I didn't. Remember that?
Oh yeah, she placed in the.
She
in the-
did. She
in the
was
long
a
drive.
medal winner.
Yeah,
That's right.
and
I
you were the
didn't-
turf monster.
Yeah, I didn't get one on the grid, but this year we will. We're going to work to get one on the grid. That's kind of my goal for next year's Utah State long drive.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. You might want to get out and practice in March because
Start
June
right now.
will be here
That's right.
before you know it.
March, perfect weather.
Right?
Coral Canyon Golf. I'll get out there with Marco. Call them 435-688-1700 to book a tee time.
I will see it. Oh, you're not going to be at Black Desert this weekend.
No.
I was gonna say this could be the show within the March Madness show. We could have had a little fun contest, beat Paulie and give away every prize we have at the radio station.
Yeah, that's right.
But
Drive it longer than me on the sim.
I actually think that would have driven some traffic.
It would have.
Yeah.
Yeah, would have gotten some people
Free
in
prizes if you can hit a golf ball further than Paulie.
there. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that would have.
All of St. George is showing
Well,
up.
not just St. George, Santa Clara would have been there.
Yeah,
Irvins would have been there.
Enterprise.
They would have drove from Hurricane for this. They would have drove from Page, Arizona for this because it was a lock.
Yeah, you must be giving away some good stuff.
We are going to give away some good stuff. We're going to have some, contests in-house. I'll be kind of hanging out. I'll be drawing for some prizes, broadcasting live. X96 is going to be there, broadcasting live a little later in the afternoon as well. The 20th hole at Black Desert Resort. We're all fired up. Put it on your calendar to swing by Saturday at some point between, 1 o'clock and, I don't know, games are going to be going until 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock
Yeah.
that night.
That'd
So
be
you got a
interesting.
big window to come and see us and hopefully win some prizes, get in some of our contests, and check out the 20th hole at Black Desert Resort.
Theoretically, if BYU wins on Thursday, that game could be going on during that window.
Yeah, what time would
Theoretically.
that game be Saturday? It's still
I
to be
don't
determined,
think, I
right?
think it's TBD.
Yeah.
So hopefully it's not in the night window and you guys get to at least watch some of that game at the 20th hole. That'd be cool.
Yeah,
Bring out some Cougars.
We know the first round matchup is set. They'll have to deal with Texas. They do have a really imposing center. You got two really nice players there. Mark's good game winner, just inside the 3-point line
Yeah.
last night, and then their center. is really good. What did you think about Dick Vitale, Charles Barkley doing the analyst work last night on the broadcast?
I like it for Dick because he's kind of towards the end, realistic, not just in broadcasting, but maybe in his life. He's fought cancer the last few years and recovered well, but you just never know how many more March Madnesses or games that Dick Vitale is going to be able to call. And for me, growing up as a young sports fan, watching the ACC, where Dick Vitale really did a lot of games in the ACC growing up for me. So I watched him a ton. I like Dick. A lot of people get annoyed by him, by his enthusiasm and his, oh, baby, and all that stuff.
I like that.
I like that stuff, too.
TTP, baby!
Yeah. Diaper dandy, baby! Yeah. He's always got all the good one-liners, so I enjoy Dick. As far as Charles, that is one of my problems with March Madness, when Kenny and Charles and all those guys swoop in and do college coverage and they don't know really anything about it. They just kind of swoop in for 1 month a year, and they're not analysts. They're NBA guys, but they're funny and they're witty and they do a good show.
They got people prepping for them.
They got people
They'll
prepping
be up to
for
speed
them.
enough.
I know they're up to speed enough, but it's not like having Andy Katz or Joe Lenardi or one of these guys that
Fran Fraschilla.
Yeah, kind of like the voices of the game
Jay Billis.
that you hear all year.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden for the tournament, the biggest games of the year, you have a crew that really doesn't cover college basketball. So it doesn't really make a ton of sense to me, but they do a good job. They're funny. Their in-between games bits are good.
I like the broadcast. I didn't think they gave BYU much love. They kind of made it sound like last night that, either NC State or Texas wouldn't have too much problems with BYU. And I'm sitting there watching the game, and I'm like, Texas doesn't really scare me, but
19 and 14 team.
Yeah, lost
not
a
a
ton of
very good
games.
SEC team. I mean, same with NC State and the ACC. I mean, these were just middle of the road power conference
Dick
teams.
Vitale and Charles Barkley both predicted during the game, I heard him say it, that the winner would handle the Cougars on Thursday.
Interesting. Yeah.
And Texas did
A little East Coast bias, maybe.
Texas was ahead 64-56 with about 1:42 remaining until NC State rallied and tied it. And then Texas, game winner with 1 second left on the clock. I think they added a 10th. It was 1.1 on the clock when Tremont Marks hit a deep two to propel Texas for the victory.
Who called the game last night for? Or was
it Anderson? I don't know him as well, but I've seen him before. I can't remember his name. I saw the graphic with his name, but I've already forgotten it.
Okay.
You could probably look it up.
All right. I was just wondering.
Yeah. But, look, I think that their big man, that I don't even know how to say his name, Vocalitis for Texas, before he fouled out, was really good. He was kind of dominating inside. You got Sean Miller, former Arizona coach, coaching up the Longhorns.
Yes.
They will have a size advantage against the Cougars. That much is for a fact. So Kiba Keita, it's going to be really important for him to stay out of foul trouble. That Vocalitis is a 7-foot sophomore from Lithuania who averages 15.5 points a game, almost 7 rebounds a game, and shoots 63% from the field. Their leading scorer is Dalen Swain, a 6'8" kid that averages 17.8 points per game. Swain and Mark had 30. Shandell Weaver chipped in 11 and 10 rebounds in the win last night. So Cougars now know their opponent.
Weaver was they're like their 6-man energy guy. Getting that many points from him, that's big for Texas. Probably a big reason they won. But I wanted to hear this. I haven't heard this. I went to bed before this call. I wanted to see this, kind of our first taste of the madness. I know it's the first 4, but it's still
a buzzer beater,
a game winner. So let's see how it sounded and rate the call here.
I watch the offensive rebound by Weaver.
Clutch time here, down to 2. Mark for the lead. Oh, he hits another one. 1 second left. Mark puts Texas in front.
What a shot. I told him, baby, I said, you got to go to Mark and Sway. He's clutch. There he is, a clutch shot.
There he is.
There he is. I like saying there he is. Okay, I like Dick, and that was a good call by the group there.
Yeah. Love it. Let the madness begin, baby. That's what that
right.
tells me. The madness
started.
You know, the other game was the other 16 seed playing game, 86-83.
Yeah, Howard gets their first NCAA tournament win of all time. So big for the Bison.
Yeah. That was UMBK?
UMBC.
UMBC.
Maryland, Baltimore
not a
County.
television network, a school in the Baltimore area.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And Howard is in the D.C. area, so it was a very kind of close proximity matchup between those two schools as far as their distance away from each other geographically. But Howard does get the W. Their head coach, Rob Balanis, played at DeMatha. He's been a D.C. guy his whole life, so he's recruited well there, and good for Howard. I'm happy for him.
By the way, there is a story out on Yahoo via the Sporting News on why Dick Vitale, Charles Barkley are calling the Texas NC State first four game. And the trio Anderson, I was right. It was Anderson that was the play-by-play guy on that game.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Call. I mean, I didn't really love the call, to be honest with you.
For the start of March Madness, yeah, it was just okay.
It was just okay.
Yeah.
But
Barkley's been a consistent contributor during the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, he's been doing the panel for years. Panel that I don't really care for, but they still been doing it. So he's gotten that gig for the last 3-4 March Madness.
So here's the thing: Dick Vitale mentioned in this story that he was working this game because Barkley swung over and done a game on ESPN. Dick Vitale has been a lifelong ESPN employee, and so. This was Dickie V doing them a favor and giving them a game on their network. Is kind of what it's talked about. So, I mean, because Dick Vitale, lifelong ESPN employee, studio analyst on ESPN's coverage of the NCAA tournament before CBS took over, even in the 1990s. But Dick Vitale has never called an NCAA tournament game as an analyst in his entire career, even though CBS has offered him the opportunity several times. And Sean McManus, who's a great play-by-play announcer, would call and say, you shouldn't end your career without doing an NCAA game, and we'll let you do it on CBS. And he respected that Dickie V had always turned it down, but I think Dick Vitale, I think you mentioned it, Paul, he's getting to the end of his career. He's been battling cancer. You don't know how many more opportunities he's aging. And so, he wanted to go work one, and Barkley gets the chance to work one with him. Barkley and Vitale had done a game before. It was back in December, but it was Dave O'Brien that was the play-by-play guy. This was Brian Anderson doing the first four game last night. So, interesting stuff. All right, got to get to a timeout. We're off and running. Mark your calendar, though, for Black Desert, 20th hole this Saturday. You can swing on by. We'll be there broadcasting live from 1 to 3 to kind of kickstart the party. I know you can come as early as noon. I think the 20th hole opens at lunchtime there at noon, and we will be there all Saturday afternoon. You got 8 games all day long, so we'll have a couple games winding down. You can come watch the finish of the early games on Saturday, and you can stick around. And Paulie, you mentioned it. Hopefully you're right. Hopefully somewhere in that afternoon window, early evening window, is when BYU could potentially play Gonzaga if they both win their first round matchups. That'll be the 3-6 second round of 32 game. All right. Got to take a break. Back in a flash. Off and running from the Finley Hyundai Studios on a Wednesday morning. And welcome back, everybody. It is The Drive. What's going on? We are good to be
He's
alive.
looking at the song. He was looking at your song, buddy.
Yeah.
That means you even played a good one.
Yeah, I like that one. I'm not too familiar with it. I've
I
heard
don't
it
know
before.
that one either.
I've heard it before.
Yeah,
but
that's a good one.
I couldn't tell you who the artist is on that song. I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's called Champions.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
I gotta look it up.
Good context clues by you there.
Yeah. Champions in the World Baseball Classic were crowned last night.
Yes.
As we welcome you back here, let's talk a little ball and stick. I feel like it took everybody's eye a little bit off spring training. I've still been checking my Mariners box score daily, but obviously not as closely as I would if there wasn't the World Baseball Classic. So I think it was exciting for baseball fans to have the Classic USA in the championship game last night against Venezuela. And, you know, it looked bleak early.
Yeah.
Venezuela got a lead early on, and Bryce Harper, who is probably the American hitter that struggled the most throughout this World Baseball Classic,
Yeah.
goes 432 foot, tying two-run home run to dead center field off Andres Machado, the Venezuelan reliever. And here for our viewers, here is that call and that swing from Harper last night to tie the game.
USA got home field advantage to be in this position. Boom.
Boom. That's
Boom.
Nice bat flip from Harper.
He points to the American flag around third, does a salute before that. So you're thinking, ooh, Harper maybe gonna propel the USA to a victory. Nope. Former Mariner Gino Suarez go ahead RBI double.
Yeah.
Half an inning later, that ended up being the decisive blow. And U.S. loses 3-2. I think you could tip your hat to Venezuela's pitching here, and you could honestly say U.S. lost because their offense mustered just 3 hits, and aside from Harper, never got a runner past first base.
Yeah. And like you spoke to, Harper for the tournament batted .214, so slightly above the Mendoza. Not great for one of the bright young stars in the MLB. But yeah, I think me and Tara were talking
What
about
was
a pre-show.
Judge?
That's who we were talking
Judge
about.
kind of no-showed.
Yeah,
He
the
kind of
MVP
shrunk.
boned the USA.
He kind of, we heard him with the pregame speech before it all started, and he's trying to take a leadership role, but he was not clutch in the
No.
WBC. He just was not clutch.
At all. Not at all. I think he went 0 for 4 last night.
Yeah, no,
He did go for 4
3
last
hits.
night. Yeah.
3 hits last night, so he wasn't alone. But throughout the series, I don't remember a lot of clutch Judge.
He batted
Just that
222.
one- yeah.
222.
So not much better than Harper.
And Venezuela wins the World Baseball Classic for the first time ever.
Yeah, that's big for their country. Acuna, Garcia, Arise, Contreras, Suarez, Torres. I mean, there's so many of these household names in the MLB. This was a talented enough roster to beat the U.S., and they did.
Gino.
I mean, this was amazing for Venezuela. For us, for the U.S. team to wear the game used hockey jerseys from the Olympics on the way in and then lose, it's not the best look. But, it's the World
letdown.
Baseball. It was a letdown. Yeah, that's the best way to kind of categorize it. I mean, I feel like once you got there, you got to win. But Venezuela wins 3-2, and it was kind of a convincing fashion early. They were up 2-0 for a long time.
Yeah.
And the pitching was just mowing down the U.S. lineup. I was watching it, left the Utah Tech game a little early to watch the end of it, but it was frustrating.
Yeah, through 7 innings, Team USA had 2 hits, hadn't got a runner past first base.
Yes.
That's a disaster of a night offensively.
Yes.
And that's the story in this World Baseball Classic. The great weakness throughout the World Baseball Classic was their offense, not their defense, not their pitching. This was the problem. The offense was not good enough. Cal Raleigh didn't do anything. Aaron Judge didn't do anything. Until that bomb last night, Bryce Harper had not done anything.
Yeah.
Bobby Witt Jr., I think, was probably the best American Him or Roman Anthony. I know Schwarber had some early success, especially in pool play.
Yeah.
There's some guys that still play good. I wouldn't say great, but those were some of the leaders of offensively, but it just wasn't enough offense from everybody up and down. And this might have been one of the greatest rosters ever assembled for the USA.
And I kind of mentioned it yesterday with the pitching being this Nolan McLean, the kind of the young arm for the Mets. I mean, I think he gave you more than you really expected. 4 2/3, only 2 earned runs, 4 Ks. I mean, he gave up the 1 home run, I understand, but at the same time, this is a young gun. This is a guy that it's not Skubal, it's not Skeens, it's not one of those headliner guys. So for him to give you 4 2/3 with just 2 earned runs, I mean, I feel like that's pretty decent for probably the last guy in the rotation to start a game for the U.S. So
Nolan McLean gives up a hit to Acuna Jr. to start the game.
Yeah.
And then gets out of the inning in 5 pitches. That is incredible.
That is pretty good.
Pretty good.
That was, you this no-name guy, as you called him yesterday.
Yeah, he was
made a name for himself yesterday. It wasn't his fault the American team didn't win this thing.
That's right. It definitely wasn't his fault. So that was the point I was trying to illustrate, is that 2 earned runs in that big of a game on that big of a stage, you can't expect too much better from a 20-something-year-old kid, And I think he did really good.
Omar Lopez, the manager for Venezuela. Eduardo Rodriguez was nails on the mound when they needed him.
Yeah.
Gino Suarez was clutch throughout this tournament. Acuna Jr. I mean, this was not a no-name Venezuelan team.
No.
Did they have as big a names as
maybe
the
not
Dominican Republican?
Yeah.
No.
They didn't have the Sotos of the world and like the super mega stars, but I still feel like Acuna Jr., he's pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as star level and like star appeal, he's one of the bigger superstars in the MLB, and they had some nice complimentary pieces, some really good MLB players on Venezuela. So it doesn't surprise me that the U.S. lost, but it was just that the big guns, the Harpers, the Judges, those guys just went totally silent in the biggest moments. So besides his home run, I know that brought him back into the game, but as a tournament, hitting 214, not great for Harper, hitting 222, not great for Judge.
Overall, I think it was pretty well received, though, the World Baseball Classic.
Yes, I feel like any of these best-on-best events, whether it be the Four Nations hockey, they're introducing a new World Cup of hockey coming in 2028. They've got the World Baseball Classic. They got the World Cup. Like, these best-on-best events bring out the best in everybody and the fans. It brings out a lot of fanfare as well.
I don't know the ratings from last night. I don't think they've released those yet this morning, but the 2026 World Baseball Classic has had record ratings. When they played the Dominican Republic Sunday night, there was 7.37 million viewers, making it the most watched World Baseball Classic broadcast ever. So the 2026 tournament has consistently exceeded all the 2023 records with a 75% increase in interest for key games compared to previous rounds. So look, I mean, this thing's growing in popularity. I had buddies texting me. I don't ever remember them texting me about the World Baseball Classic. And I had multiple people saying, oh, did you see this? Oh, did you see that? People were watching this year.
Yeah.
And I think that's good for the game of baseball because Major League Baseball is such a long season. It's kind of taking a little bit of a back seat. Unless your dog's in the fight in October, you're checked out.
Yeah, I mean, that's been me the last couple of years with the Washington Nationals. But I also feel like the media package for baseball hasn't. I mean, I know they have Sunday Night Baseball. They've got select games throughout the week. But I just feel
they're
like,
all going to be on ESPN Plus now.
Oh, they are? Okay.
That's change.
All right. Well, that helps baseball.
That's going to help a lot of viewers make it a little bit easier.
That's right. It's grown the game of hockey tremendously.
Because you used to have to pay for the Major League Baseball. I think it's the extra innings package.
Yes, and I have that.
Yeah.
You might want to cancel it.
I might want to cancel it
on
now.
ESPN
Yeah, that's a great idea now. Just I'll cancel it up, have an extra $69.
You don't even know how much you pay for that. You have no idea.
I think I scab on with somebody.
You're on mine.
Yeah.
No, not on yours. I'm on someone else's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Paulie doesn't have his own accounts of anything.
Yeah.
Except for maybe his cell phone. But he
That's right.
finally figured out how to fix sending us messages from his iCloud.
Yeah.
There was a weekend last weekend where every message he sent us was coming from the cloud.
And green or whatever.
Yeah, and you have an iPhone.
I do.
And so do I, so it should be a blue message.
It should be. And Tara, let me just say, is a bad friend because she didn't tell me for like a week that I was sending iCloud only messages. And you were getting one from my regular
Because you
number.
just got a new phone, and so I figured that was just your new phone.
Oh, okay. All right.
Why was it doing that, by the way? Did they explain it to you? You got it fixed. You went into the phone store.
I went into the Verizon store, yes, and it was like a 2-minute fix, but I was on support with Verizon on the phone for close to an hour and a half, and they were unable to diagnose it. And I even downloaded an app called the Rescue app for all these texts.
So they could like log into
so they
your
could look
phone
at my
and stuff,
phone,
and,
yeah. And they still couldn't figure it out. But I took it to the Verizon store. Those fine people, boom, boom. I'm back operational. No more green texts.
Pretty pumped for you, bud.
Yeah, I'm back.
Pretty pumped for
I
you.
know you guys missed my content the last couple days.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. What do we do without little Paulie?
All right.
We are live. Good to be with you. Show today brought to you by our friends at Game Day Mid-South. Game Day Mid-South makes it easy to help all the guys out there in Southern Utah look and feel your best. I've been taking the testosterone, they call it the TRT, testosterone replacement therapy from Game Day Men's Health for over a year now. Feel great, ready to tackle my workouts, and you can get in there and get your free testosterone test. It all starts with that free test. You need to know what your levels are, because if you're sitting at 600, you're fine. But if you're sitting at, lower than 400, you might want to consider getting some testosterone. And especially if you get 40, 45, 50, and older, it's a big game changer. Reclaim your game. They have other products as well. Peptides, that's been a hot thing. They've got weight loss for men that actually works. They've got a ton of cool products for you. Check them out, GameDayMen'sHealth.com/St. George, or you can just pick up the phone, give them a call, or even a text. Paulie, how much do I love the text option?
You love the text.
Well, yeah, I love the text because you can just say, hey, I was listening to the Fan Sports Network. The guy said to text in and you'll get me an appointment, and they will get back to you and get you booked for your free FREE. This is free, gentlemen. So take advantage. I don't know how long this will last. They might do it forever. They might not do it for another week. I don't know, but it's a free T test. You could take advantage if you don't know your T levels. 435-265-4223. Got to take a break. We're back in a flash on a Wednesday on the Fan Sports Network. Welcome back on the Fan Sports Network. It is The Drive. Show today brought to you by Zag. Protect your phone better. Zag's got screen protectors that come with a lifetime warranty. They've got a bunch of accessories for your phone, chargers, cases, you name it, they got it. Zag is locally owned and operated in 2 St. George, 1 Cedar City convenient location for you to swing in. And if you ever break your phone, you mention our show, they'll give you $20 off your phone repair. If you need to replace your screen protector, Zag, you always go back to Zag, and I think the copay or the warranty fee is like $10. So you get a brand new one for like $10. You can't beat it. Well, you can beat up your phone, but you can't beat the price at Zag. Devin, Paulie, Tara rocking out, and the longest running sports show, the only local morning sports show in southern Utah. Thanks for waking up with us. The madness is about to begin. We got a little taste of it with the first 4. I was probably more interested in the first 4 because it was BYU's matchup than normal. If you're not doing anything, it's nice to have, meaningful college basketball games on. And those 11 seed matchups like last night, at least it was a good game, came down to the wire buzzer beater. Texas wins. They'll play BYU tomorrow night. BYU's already been in Portland since Tuesday, Paulie. And they're going to be the more rested team because now all of a sudden Texas has got to shoot over to Portland, get there, either got there early this morning or got there, they'll get there midday today. I don't know what their flight itinerary is. But BYU's been there already since yesterday morning. So they're going to be a little bit more rested, more acclimated, a little bit fresher. But again, Charles Barkley and Dick Vitale, who were on the call last night, both thought that the winner of that game last night was going to beat A.J. DeBonza and BYU, which surprised me a little bit because I was watching that game last night, and I don't think either team scares me. Much more fearful of a potential Gonzaga matchup in the second round. And I didn't know that I would say that going into this game for BYU. They have not been dynamite in January or February or any point since Richie Saunders got hurt, really. They did have the brief 3-game win streak, the win over a top 15 team in Texas Tech to end the regular season, and then 2 Big 12 tournament wins to get a little bit of momentum going into the madness. I ask you this. Which of the 2 Utah teams in the tournament, Utah State, the 8-9 matchup for the Aggies, they got Villanova in the first round. BYU's got now Texas in the first round, the 6th seed. Which, if you had to put $100 down, Tara, Paul, who would you take to go further, BYU or Utah State?
Ooh.
BYU.
I would take BYU too.
I think unfortunately Utah State could lose in the first round. So
Villanova doesn't scare me either. I think they win. They're 2.5-point favorites.
I know.
What is the
I
line
think
on
Utah
BYU
State
Texas?
could win, but then they got to face Zona, and I don't know that you're going to beat Arizona.
Yeah, I mean, before the season started, everybody would have said BYU.
Yes.
I don't think it's a slam dunk today, though. I mean, BYU, even though I like the matchup, BYU could very well get out rebounded and muscled in the paint and lose that game. If say Kiba Keita gets in foul trouble, you got A.J. DeBonza all of a sudden, trying to do everything, including rebounding and defend a 7-footer probably. Like, that's a tall order.
Right.
Yeah,
Ahmad is not that skilled.
No, he's not. But, Utah State just got a terrible draw. They kind of got screwed in the seeding, in my opinion. Them and St. John's, probably the 2 biggest travesties in the seeding. But to win the Mountain West regular season and the tournament championship and be a 9 seed, have a terrible first-round matchup, against Villanova, who's a good Big East team with a good coach and Kevin Willard. So it's not a walk in the park for Utah State, even though the public, 92% of the public handle is on Utah State minus 2.5.
They are bigger favorites than BYU.
Yes.
BYU by half a point. I mean, BYU,
it's a coin flip.
The line came out at 2.
Yeah.
They're favored over Texas by 2 after Texas's win last night. You look at there's 16 games tomorrow coming at you fast and furious.
Yeah.
2 is the lowest number of any game. The only other one is Georgia and St. Louis. Georgia is 2-point favorites, and then you have BYU -2 against Texas. So there's no pick'ems. There are no 1-point lines out of all the 16 games
Those
tomorrow.
are the lowest.
There is a 3-point game, Ohio State TCU.
Utah State's right around 2.5, 3.
Yeah, but they play Friday. I'm talking about Thursday's games.
Thursday. Okay, all right.
The only other Thursday game that's 3 is St. Mary's is favored by 3 against Texas A&M, which is a little bit surprising.
Yeah, it is.
On the Friday slate, Miami is 1.5-point favorites against Missouri.
Yeah.
That is the lowest of all 32 first-round games. That is the closest spread by the odds makers. Is a 1.5-point spread for Miami of Florida. Not Miami of Ohio. They have to stipulate that now.
Yeah, they
Don't want
do.
people getting confused. Miami of Ohio, Miami of Florida.
Yeah, I wonder how.
Is Miami a city in Ohio?
I think so.
It's at the actual city is
Yes.
Miami? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's weird to me. I mean, I know you got duplicate city names across the country, but that's just the Miami doesn't fit in Ohio.
Right.
There's no beach in Ohio, is there, Paulie?
I don't think so. It's
maybe a beach on
maybe a lake. The Great Lakes.
Yes.
The Great Lakes are right through there. So maybe you get a nice cool off in the lake.
Yeah. See, I agree with you that it's probably BYU, but I think if you just are a lock on one game, if I had to bet which one my last $100 would win the first round game, I think I would take Utah State over Villanova over BYU winning over Texas. I like Utah State just a little bit more.
Oh.
But I do agree with you, Tara, that the road stops at Arizona for Utah State. I don't think they have enough octane to beat the Wildcats. I have the Wildcats winning it all in my bracket. So
I do too.
Yeah, I think. But Paulie, who do you have winning in your bracket?
Florida.
You have Florida.
I do.
Yeah. Probably the only one.
Yeah.
Other than Gator fans.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Going back to back's tough.
It is.
They've done it before.
They have. I've watched them quite a bit this year. They're the most impressive team. Starting 5. I know Arizona's got a lot
in the conference tournament.
Yeah, bad game. That's fine.
Yeah, but you don't want to have another bad game and you're going to be out.
Get it out of the way in the conference tournament.
I like Florida to get to the Elite Eight. I don't like them to win it all. But that's why the brackets are so fun.
Right.
Yeah, that's why it's fun. Everyone's got differing opinions and who they've got going further. And the most important thing, I was kind of like, kind of pounding my chest after the first round last year because I did really good in the 64 and 32 games. But then as it went on, I lost a lot of the big point rounds, the Sweet 16, the Elite 8, the Final Four. I think I only had one Final Four team. So I tell everyone with brackets, and I won't fall victim to it again this year, is getting overconfident after a good first round. If you pick the first 16 pretty well, the Friday 16 pretty well, it makes you feel a little confident you're going to have a great bracket. But as the rounds go further, that's when it really matters. So
that's when the wreckage happens.
That's when the wreckage happens. That's right. The carnage.
The carnage, yeah.
By the way, I'm looking at the biggest spreads in the first round.
Yeah.
31 points is the highest number. There's
Houston.
2 games. Arizona is favored by 31 over Long Island.
Yeah.
And then the other one is Michigan favored by 31 over Howard.
The Bison, yeah.
Duke is favored by 28.5 over Siena. That's the next one. Houston is 24-point favorites against Idaho. Idaho getting a little respect.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Little
the
bit.
Vandals.
Little bit.
Yeah, I like that.
Purdue is favored by 25.5. So those are some of your biggest spreads.
A lot of people like Purdue this year.
Well, they feel like
Matt
great in the tournament.
Yeah, they feel like Matt Painter's finally going to have the chance. Like Edey, I thought that was his best team when he had Zach Edey, but we'll see. I mean, this Braden Smith is
obviously
probably his best
Paulie
guard.
does not have Purdue going past the Sweet 16.
No, I got Purdue in the
I have them going to
Final
Elite 8.
Four.
You do?
Yeah, I got
Wow.
Purdue beating Arizona.
You said people. You didn't say I believe in Purdue. You said people like Purdue.
Yeah.
Why didn't you say I like? Why didn't you say I like Purdue?
People include me, baby.
I know, but the way you said it made me guess that you did not have them going far in your bracket, and that's not the case.
So you have Purdue beating Arizona.
I actually have Arkansas beating Arizona. The Hogs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I like the Hogs. I like the Hogs. That's a tough draw for them there.
That's right. I got the Hogs.
Wow.
You guys laugh now because you got
Okay.
Arizona in the championship game or winning it or whatever.
Are
but
you recording this, Tara?
I am, yes.
I want to.
It is all documented.
It's all documented.
I'm going to put laugh now on a repeat hot button. Laugh now.
Yes.
And we'll be playing that back for days.
Unfortunately, we
when
don't have
Paulie
that, but-
finishes dead last in the bracket pool again.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. The cockiness.
Yeah.
We'll
The
see.
swagger before the
Yeah.
tournament starts
I like
is
a
at
little
a sky
swagger.
high.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like a little feeling
It's
myself
always
on
this way
tournament
though.
day.
Fantasy football, like I'm winning it all this year. It doesn't
He's
matter
like,
what it
anybody want
is.
to make
March
a trade?
Madness,
Week
like,
8, I'm toast.
know,
There's
right?
nobody on the scrap pile.
Yeah, Tara wouldn't take my trade. I tried to offer her one earlier. I offered a couple other people trades.
Yeah.
But I didn't finish in last in fantasy football. So I would think I was 7th place.
Did you beat me?
I'd have to check.
I
can
did
go
not
on
have a
Yahoo
great year.
right now.
I did not have. No, nobody cares.
Okay.
None of our listeners give
we
it.
don't actually- I'm
You're
just
right.
saying his cockiness at
You're
the
right.
beginning.
Yep.
Yeah. Are you gonna? So do you have some first round games that you like? Some of Paulie's locks for our listeners.
the Rams against North Carolina.
I did
That's-
take VCU over North Carolina.
They're plus 2.5.
Yeah, I'm taking a money line probably. I like St. John's to cover against Northern Iowa, which Northern Iowa the most bet on team in the first round to
They're
cover.
really good defensively.
They're really good defensively, but I like St. John's in that game.
That line is only 10.5.
I like South Florida over Louisville. They're playing really hot right now. The champions.
I like
in
that
their
one, too.
conference.
Yeah, I like that one, too.
Let's see. I've got a few. Yeah, I'm looking it over. I got a few. So got to take some risk with this thing. You know, you just pick all the 1 seeds to the Final Four. That's no fun. You got to have some upsets, baby.
Well, I like Santa Clara. That was my big upset
Go Hogs.
against Kentucky. They're 3.5-point underdogs. All right, hour 1 is in the books. Hour 2 coming up when we come back to the Findlay Hyundai Studios. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Hour 2 of The Drive, longest running sports show, the only local sports morning show for you in southern Utah. Waking up with us, talking sports, Devin, Paulie, Tara. You can always stream the show on our website or our mobile app. You can always watch the show. Just go like and subscribe to our YouTube page, the Fan Sports Network. You'll find us under the live tab if you want to see Paulie's smiley face and Utah Mammoth hat today.
Yes.
Do you have a rotation of hats?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
I feel like there's like
When
5
you're bald
hats.
and like me, you got to wear hats.
I feel like
buddy.
there's 5 hats that just get rotated, and I never know what day. They're not always on the same day. There must be some kind of rotation.
There's no
Do you
real
do you have them
rhyme or reason.
stacked up in your closet, and you put the one you wear in the back, and then you grab from the front, and you just keep rotating? Or how many hats does one Paul Ratliff have?
I would say close to 30.
Oh.
30 or so.
That's it?
I think 30 is around what I have.
That's
yeah.
it?
But I probably only wear about
That's a
12
lot.
to 14 of them.
That's a lot?
30 hats, yeah.
It's a lot. Yeah, I think
like
it's.
that's a
I
lot.
feel like it's a good amount of hats, right?
Yeah.
Most people have less than 10. I feel like.
I have like
What?
2.
Yeah.
Well, are you kidding me? I bet I have at least 100 hats.
Really?
At
Wow.
least. Okay. I want you to count your hats tonight.
All right,
Report
I'll
back
count.
tomorrow.
I won't be here tomorrow.
I will count. I do agree with you. You get your favorites that fit the best, or the most comfortable, that match the most. And you get a rotation of the top 10 or top 12 or whatever. But I have hats that I have never worn, dozens of them.
Really?
If you want some free hats, just come over to my house. They're just taking up shelf space right
free
now.
hats.
At one point, I had them around the master bath.
Oh.
And they were starting to fall into the tub, and they were stacked.
Sure,
tight.
Robin loved that.
Candles were like
Having
starting
her
on
tub
fire.
as a hat display, a hat rack.
Why would you do that?
Is the bathtub the most overrated part of the house? The bathtub.
I'd like as far as you don't use it often, and it's just kind of there.
Paulie, I haven't used my master bath in 12 years. I think I've used it twice since I got the house.
Wow. Okay.
It just sits there.
In your house, it is a unused resource.
Well, I mean, we have the walk-in shower.
Yeah,
Right.
well, most people prefer the shower.
Then you get the double heads, and those are nice,
They're
and they hit you from
quicker.
all angles. And that,
right.
but I have not fired up that bathtub since
buddy.
2014.
Get you some Epsom
It's just
salt.
kind of weird for men to take bubble baths and
Yeah.
stuff, though. Like, that is weird.
But my wife doesn't use it
weird.
either.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah,
I don't have we took our bath out, but I have a hot tub. I use that all the time.
use the hot tub.
Yeah.
See, I would.
So it replaced my bath.
There you go.
Can I put a hot tub in my master bathroom? That sounds absolutely
it's,
got
it's
his
outside.
mind racing
It's
now.
outside, but I do have a television and everything out there, so I can still watch my games and stuff.
Yeah.
She's all set up out there.
Well, you used to see the old movies, and they're smoking a cigar in the bathtub. with
Yeah.
Their guns are off to the side.
Yeah, what,
Okay,
a
Scarface. Yeah.
Or an old country western.
hello to a
in
new
old
friend.
tub baths, that sit up above the ground.
Marlon Brando and the Godfather smoking
right.
his cigars.
He made me an offer I couldn't refuse.
I feel like bathtubs are one of the most least. Now, text me if I'm wrong. I'd love to hear from our listeners on it. I just feel like bathtubs are one of the.
I probably agree there. Yeah. I mean, for
Have you
guys,
took a
I kind
bath
of agree
in
with
your
Tara's
house?
I kind of agree with Tara's statement. Guys don't really prefer the bath. I really only take baths if it's with like Epsom salt and I'm really sore or something. That's like the only time I'll ever really take a bath.
Okay. All right.
So
Leading off with the hot topic here to
bath
start
talk.
hour
Yeah,
two.
yeah,
I don't know
that's
how. Sometimes.
Well, there went one of my would you rather questions.
darn.
We will get to some would you rather, but first, let's get you the latest and the greatest. Let's check in on what's trending. It's brought to you by Coral Canyon Golf Course. Coral Canyon Golf Course inviting you to get out and play. Great golf for a great price. Dynamic pricing, so you got to go to coralcanyongolf.com. The busier they are, the more the tee times cost. The less busy, the lower the price. And so go check it out, see what price you can get and what day you can go play. CoralCanyonGolf.com. Or you can call for tee times 435-688-1700. Let's start with the national stories out there. I got a couple. World Baseball Classic.
Yeah.
It's hard not to be happy for Venezuela. It's hard to look at Venezuela and not smile. This was a team operating on passion, emotion, motivated. They win their country's first World Baseball Classic title at the hands of the Americans. The United States loses 3-2. And if you saw the game last night, Gino Suarez, after hitting the go-ahead RBI double in the ninth, is looking at the sky and he's pointing and he says, I mean, the emotion. And he's a former Mariner, so I was happy for Gino. Unfortunately, I was not happy with the offense for the Americans. And Bryce Harper's incredible clutch game-tying home run will be lost in history because they end up losing this game.
Yeah, it was a tough outcome for the U.S. team. And, so we talked in the first hour a little bit about how some of the mega stars kind of had a quiet bat throughout the tournament and last night. But, hats off to Venezuela. They had a really stacked team as far as I did not know all these guys were Venezuelan, some of these superstars up and down the lineup. So I thought it was a really entertaining baseball game and a nice little precursor to the season starting. I feel like it's just going to get everyone in a fever pitch for opening day with how good that tournament was.
I agree. It was great. I watched game. I couldn't watch the whole Venezuela-Italy game. I just was not. But last night kept tabs on it. Even when I was down at the Utah Tech BYU game at Bruce Hurst Field, I was keeping tabs on this. I was watching on my phone in my seat for a while.
Yeah.
Mark DeRosa will get a lot of sleepless nights about how he managed this team. Gunnar Henderson, who was hitting .429, didn't start last night.
Yeah.
Mason Miller, the closer, was available in the ninth, but they didn't bring him in. He didn't come to the mound to pitch. And, of course, Gino hits the RBI double.
Yeah, this was crazy about DeRosa. Like, I remember listening to him on the Junkies, and he was on MLB Network. Like, what's his background in coaching? I know he played, and he was a good player for many years, but what is his background in managing baseball? I mean, minor league? I mean, I assume that's his resume at this point. I feel like we could find somebody better to manage the World Baseball Classic roster, but that might just be me. And
he's got a very short, it's a unique coaching career compared to most baseball managers. I think that's the point you're alluding to.
Yes. Mm-hmm. More established guy I would prefer, probably.
His first managerial job at any level was the 2023 Team USA World Baseball Classic.
Okay, yes.
So he coached them in the last one in 2023. Of course, they took the silver. They lost to Japan in the championship game. He's kind of a bridesmaid twice again over now as he loses to Venezuela in the championship game.
Pretty tough.
That he does not have a lot of. He was the analyst since he retired. He went into the broadcast booth. But not a traditional MLB coaching staff guy. That is a good assessment by you.
That's right. I just felt like we could have probably found someone a little more seasoned to lead a roster with this much talent. But speaking of the win, we got the call from Joe Davis, who does a really good job in the NFL. I kind of like him. And,
yeah, Joe's great.
Yeah, he's a great play-by-play guy, and he had the moment here. And this is Venezuela getting the final strike of the World Baseball Classic. Big let the moment breathe guy. I mean, that's a long pause.
Yeah. But the crowd is insane.
The crowd pop is unreal, yeah. Mm-hmm. He wanted to illustrate that, I'm sure.
The radio broadcaster in me, you got to paint that celebration.
Yeah.
But the TV,
yeah, but sometimes you just want to see it.
The TV, you already see it, and he did it absolutely spot on.
Yeah.
That was a brilliant call. The best in baseball, just zip it.
And then just let the pictures
and let the crowd
do the
and
talking.
The players just go. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Other stories. Broncos made a trade in the NFL yesterday. I wanted to get to this story. We haven't talked about this yet. This comes, removed after Justin Fields traded the Kansas City Chiefs. Now the Broncos make a move with the Dolphins, and they're bringing in Jalen Waddle to help out the receiving core, and he'll be catching passes from Bo Nix next year. The Dolphins get 3 picks back from the Broncos. And they think maybe that the Broncos got to be thinking this could be the missing piece on a team that made it to the AFC title game last year and maybe could have made the Super Bowl. Bo Nix had been healthy for it.
Right.
For Miami, this just is another sign of a full teardown.
Yeah. Two teams heading in opposite directions.
Yeah.
The dead money cap hit for the Dolphins now stands at, take a guess.
I don't know, 100 and something million.
175 million. Tua 50 plus, Tyreek Hill 28, Waddle 26, Ramsey still on the books at 20 million, Minka Fitzpatrick 13, Bradley Chubb. Like, these guys haven't played for the Dolphins, some of them in years.
Forever, yeah.
So this is just mismanagement of the roster and the cap.
And fire McDaniels over it.
Yeah,
I mean, Mike didn't make the roster.
No,
yet he got the axe.
The GM should have been the fall guy in this. I don't
agree.
know who the Dolphins GM is, but he should have been the guy that took the bullets for this.
I agree. So, this comes after they signed Malik Willis to a big deal in free agency.
Yes.
3 picks back to the Dolphins, so the Dolphins completely just rebuild.
Yeah, they're starting over. So
let's
disappointing.
see.
I got one. How
Go
about
ahead.
this? Yesterday, a familiar face made his way onto the Provo campus up at BYU. Former BYU quarterback Jake Ratliff was at BYU football practice today. He will be participating in BYU's annual Pro Day on Friday.
There's some people that have mixed feelings about this.
Yeah, I know. I've been seeing the Twitter reaction.
Yeah. A lot of people are like, hey, wait a minute. How come a guy that got kicked out of school for honor code violation, had the allegations, is now getting to showcase his talents for the NFL at our campus?
Yeah, as a Cougar.
I don't know how I feel about that. I haven't really thought that through very much. Like, I'm a big second
But weren't
chance
the
guy.
allegations false?
It was settled in the civil court.
case.
So we don't actually know what.
There was probably some kind of a compensation payout, and it went away.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, would I rather see...
But to answer your question, he was never found criminally.
Was never criminally charged. But
Yeah.
that
No,
doesn't
he was
mean,
never
like you
going
said,
to jail.
wasn't-
It was a civil suit from the start.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So...
But he's welcome back. So whether
all
you
his
like it, people like it
NIL
or not.
money is now in Jane Doe's pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what that means,
At
Tara.
least.
Yeah. No, I figured.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
I just never really heard what the outcome was.
I mean, if I'm a quarterback of another in-state school and I see this, and I'm a quarterback at Utah Tech or SUU or Weaver State or even Utah State, I'm kind of going, well, I want to showcase my talents too. And he's in Tulane's full. Why didn't he have a Tulane pro day?
I don't know.
I mean, a lot of people were asking that question.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of intrigued why he wouldn't want to be represented at the school he played last and went to the college football playoff with.
Not every school has a pro day, though.
Yeah, maybe Tulane is one of the few that doesn't.
I know some years SU has a pro day, others they don't. I know some years Weaver State does, some years they don't. Utah Tech the same. When SU usually holds a pro day, you usually have it down in St. George, and I think they're having one next Tuesday down here in St. George at Desert Hills High School.
Okay.
So that'll be kind of fun.
I can understand how it would rankle other Utah quarterbacks that play quarterback in the state of Utah.
Yeah.
To
Did
see
one of the
Red Slab get
receivers,
this opportunity.
did Chase Roberts, who was up to be
Yes.
drafted, did he say, hey, Jake, I want you to throw for me? That makes sense to me. So that part of the story I don't know the answer to.
Yes.
If somebody requested him because they've got good rapport with the way he throws the ball and showcases their talents as a wide receiver, then I could understand it. This is not a sanctioned university function, is it? This is just a pro day. I mean, pro scouts will fly in, they'll sit in the stands, they'll take notes, they'll go through workouts, and then they'll give the draft ranking at the end of the day. Interesting. We'll keep eyes on all the pro days coming up around the state. If we can get a couple of the players that are going to be participating in some pro days in on the show in the first part of next week, we will do that to either react or preview those pro days.
Yeah.
One guy I'm excited to see if he can get a shot is Bronson Barron from SUU. I know he handed the ball off a lot last year, but I thought he had a really productive season. He's got a typical pro body, 6'4", 6'5", 215, 225 range. I don't know what he's sitting at right now. Like, he's a big, strong kid with a big cannon arm.
Yeah.
And but didn't get seen a lot at Southern Utah University. But I think he's a guy that might
if you can
might
play,
get a
they'll
look.
find you.
Yeah. Yeah.
That Badgett kid that played for the Bears for years went to Shepherd, a really small school in West Virginia, smaller than SUU. So if you're good, they'll find you. I've always said.
The other BYU news and note is Texas wins last night in the first four. BYU, the 6 seed, will now play the 11 seed Texas in Portland Thursday night, 5:25 Mountain Time. More news for you here. Breaking news overnight in the WNBA. A new collective bargain agreement had been hammered out. The new deal, Breanna Stewart was quoted as saying, will be transformational for the league and its players. This literally came out this morning. There's a ton of details on what's next, and I'm sure we'll be diving into it over the coming days. Is the WNBA still a hot commodity? I know there's been a lot of angst about this.
It's cool.
The honeymoon with Caitlin Clark coming in the league and all the Angel Reese. That's all cool.
I feel like last year we were talking about the WNBA at least once a week because there was always a headline. There was always something with Caitlin Clark or Angel Reese or the one Paige Beckers. There was all these young stars, but I feel like the fanfare and the hysteria for the WNBA has kind of faded a little bit.
One other interesting story with the World Cup coming to Mexico and the United States. There's 3 cities in Mexico. There's 3 cities in the United States. They're hosting all these pool bracket play games in the World Cup. Iran is currently negotiating right now to move their World Cup matches from the United States.
Yeah.
Not a big Trump fan right now. And they're trying to get them moved to Mexico. And of course, we know a lot of people are nervous to go to Mexico right now because of the upheaval and the militia, taking out one of the big cartel leaders a couple weeks ago, and there's and Mexico reassuring the security is a top priority and everything's going to be fine. World Cup coming this summer. I would like to get to a World Cup game. I know they're having some in Seattle. I know they're back in, I think, Boston.
Yeah, they're all over the East Coast, I feel like.
Yeah.
Boston and was it Philly? Or I can't remember.
Yeah, you could jump back and forth probably between those venues.
I got another one, and this will probably be the last one from me here. This one came on Max Crosby, that whole saga and all this stuff. He went out, he kind of had a tell all about the Ravens trade that fell through on his The Rush with Max, his podcast. And one of the quotes, this was really weird to me, and it makes me feel like the Ravens might have been trying to pull something after they felt they had buyer's remorse for trading 2 first-rounders. He said, quote, he never saw the GM during the physical evaluation. Or, quote, I could just tell the energy was a little bit off. The GM was just standing in the hall to the right and that was the first I had seen him. The entire trade process, the first time I saw the GM was when I was doing my physical. You could just tell the energy was off. I dapped him up, and he just had a blank face and said nothing. Interesting.
He's been pretty vocal. He made that one comment that believe 50% or like nothing that you hear and 50% of what you see. Like he's kind of cryptically
taking shots at the Ravens, but this is the first vocal. I know that was a tweet, believe half of what you hear and whatever you see, and that was a shot. But this was more out there. He said it on the podcast and said this stuff.
He's entitled to his opinion. He didn't get good vibes.
And I think he feels done wrong by the Ravens.
Yeah.
He also said in another quote on the same podcast, he thought he was gone. And it was like a change in his life and everything.
Kind of a roller coaster.
And then you're pulled right back into the storm once again. He did also comment he loved the Raiders free agency move. So he's happy to be back with the silver and black, or at least he's making the best of it at this point.
Yeah, doesn't have a choice.
Doesn't have a choice. No one wants to trade for him after that failed physical.
Yeah, I mean, it is well documented. Baltimore does have a little bit more stringent, physical process than other teams. I've seen that in headlines. But it looks like this was like, hey, you got a couple days to drive it. If you don't like it, just bring it back to the lot. Well, nobody ever really does that, but this time they did.
It sounds like they did.
Yeah. And I feel like there's just buyer's remorse that no one gave up. The next closest pick package was Dallas with a first and third. They gave up 2 first-rounders. I feel like they saw Hendrickson on the market. They had a little remorse.
Option.
No draft pick
Keep
equity.
our draft picks.
Yeah, it just makes sense. I mean, I'm connecting dots. None of that is substantiated, but at the same time, I kind of feel all these cryptic things from Max, like the way it was handled. I feel like the Ravens might have pulled one on the league.
I think so.
Yeah. Latest baseball Des news, 4A baseball rankings. You ready for this, Paulie?
All right.
Desert Hills number 1. They're 8-1 this year.
Yeah.
Timpanogos number 2, 6-1. Number 3, Crimson Cliffs, defending state champs, 6-3. Number 4, Snow Canyon Warriors at 7-1. And number 5, the Dixie Flyers at 7-2. 4 of the top 5 going into this week are Region 9 teams. Now, of course, we start region play next week.
Yeah.
And there's some teams that have a plethora of games coming at you fast. Like Snow Canyon is off this week for some reason. They're not playing any tournaments or anything. And so starting next week, they will have like 8 games in over like 9 or 10 days.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
So we're going to have, like an MLB schedule coming at you to start region play, because some teams are playing their region games and then they're going into a weekend tournament and then they're going right back into region games. So it is going to be fast and furious. Our first Region 9 baseball broadcast will be next Wednesday, a week from today. The old rivalry game, Cedar versus Dixie.
Yeah.
Then Friday, we will bring you another game. It'll be Crimson and Desert Hills Part 1. So there was some really good matchups. We'll start our coverage next week here on the Fan Sports Network. Nobody brings you simulcast video, audio games, as many as we do right here on your hometown sports source, the Fan Sports Network. That's your top 8 at 8. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. Big deal, no big deal, not today, but we got some Would You Rather. Tara's all fired up for this. She's got some sneaky questions coming at us fast and furious when we return on The Drive.
This is mine, actually.
Oh my gosh, I've been listening to this song before you were born.
I know. I'm not
This
saying
is not
I
your
heard it.
song.
He wrote it.
All right, let me rephrase. I was the one who suggested the song. Okay.
Well, yeah, you got it from my playlist.
Look at that. I can't even hear a song myself.
Yeah, you don't get any credit.
This wasn't even a hit. You're a hits guy.
Okay.
Yeah, that is true.
Okay.
You do say that all the time.
I am a hits guy.
Yeah.
And this is a hit, I would say.
Really?
Yes.
Let me look it up.
If you look up MGMT on Apple Music, I bet it's the first song that comes up.
That doesn't mean it's a hit. What it do on the charts?
Like it's one of their hits.
He doesn't.
Thank you, that peaked at number 14 on the U.S. bubbling under Hot 100 and 22 on the UK singles chart in 2009.
All right.
So it was indie pop hit that hit the top 40 in New Zealand, the top 50 in Australia.
What are doing
and
that you good old US of A?
14 on one particular, but not the Billboard charts.
Okay.
Peaked at 14 on the bubbling hot 100.
All right.
I never heard of that chart.
Me neither. But it's all right. It's a
That is
it's
not-
a hit in
that-
somebody's mind.
Well, that's a hit in my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. But when you say I'm a hits guy, I don't know that number 14 on the bubbling 100 is what exactly you meant.
Yeah, probably not. But
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
the
That's
concept remains the same. I am a hits guy. And I can identify a hit. And that is a hit in my mind.
I bet half of our listening audience has never heard that song.
Really?
Real?
All right.
What?
I don't know.
No way.
I'm serious. That is not a widely
It's not
known
Devin's
hit.
hidden gem, dude. A lot of people know that song.
I know it's not my hidden gem.
I like that. Call them out.
But you got to understand something about people's musical taste. Like if
Yeah.
you're a country music fan, you don't know that song.
Yeah.
If you're a rap fan, you don't know that song. Okay, if you're into indie pop, you might know that song or alternative or whatever genre it falls into.
Yeah.
I don't know half of the songs you play, Tara, because I'm not into like 2000 teeny bop stuff. Like I don't know the R&B.
Bop.
What do you call it? What do you call your genre?
I actually listen to hardcore, like,
She listens to everything. That's the thing. Is you're always going to see like a mix of something different.
So
Yeah.
we played a bumper early in the show. It was called Champion.
Yeah.
I think I'm vaguely familiar with the song. It's a really good song.
Yeah,
I
it's
gave,
like
I,
Limp
I gave
Bizkit
you,
in
I
there
gave
and
you
stuff.
credit for it, so
Yeah.
I'm not piling on you. But some of the songs you play,
She's
I've
on
never
the
heard
defense.
of. I've never heard of. So Paulie, a hits guy, can't say, "Oh, that's a hit," because I can't say it's a hit. We've never heard the song before. I'm guaranteeing you. My point is, there is half of our audience that has never heard Electric Phil before in their life.
okay, well, you're welcome. 'Cause now
Yeah,
they have.
thank you. Yeah. Hey, it was a great. Don't think I'm piling on because you actually
You're
played
not,
a
it's fine.
banger.
Yeah.
You played a banger.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll play it every day.
Even the Champion one that I very rarely recollect, couldn't tell you the artist, was a good.
Yeah, I got one of these from you. Where he's
reading
looking
it,
at
yeah.
he's
Gotta
looking at the Apple
figure it out.
Music, trying to get it added to his playlist.
Well, I was like, this got a good vibe to it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you know my reaction to songs is
Oh
instantaneous.
yeah, there's the freeze, there's the
side
side
eye.
eye, there's the
My longtime listeners know this story, but growing up, I used to listen to OK95 out of
Yeah.
Tri-Cities, Washington. In between Mariners games, listening to Dave Niehaus and Rick Riz, I would, I was on a farm, so you're listening to radio a lot back in the 90s, right?
Yeah.
80s, 90s. And even at night, I would read a lot. I was a big reader growing up. I read a lot of the Louis L'Amours and the Hardy Boys as a younger kid, and then as I
Okay.
got older, it was the David
like
Eddings,
the
and
Hardy Boys.
the Lord of the Rings trilogies, and some of these other books.
Jeez,
the
you were
fantasy ones.
quite the literite or whatever the word is for
Wow.
I shocked my wife the other day. I said to her, we were going to Newport Beach, and I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to go over to Barnes & Noble and grab a book.
that. Wow.
Nice.
And
I
I did not
haven't-
know this about him. This is the first I've ever known he was a reader.
I've done the audio. I mean, I've listened. I think the last one, I've listened to Payne Stewart. I listened to Tiger Woods. I've listened to sports stuff,
Okay.
like on audio. What's the
Books.
audio app
Yeah.
or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah, Audible.
Audible.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
on Audible.
Yeah.
But I haven't actually read a book because I do sports I haven't actually read a book in probably over 10 years. I'm not proud of that fact. So I was like, I'm going to start reading again. So I went and grabbed a book and actually didn't open it up. I was too busy hanging out with the kids on the beach. I never.
Well, next one.
That's why Audible's good, because you can still be doing other things and listening to it.
Yeah, my wife is listening to one Audible, so she sits and watches the game with me on the couch, but she's checked out. She's listening to a book on it with her headphones in.
That's right.
Yeah. Honey, what a play there.
Yeah.
You
She's
say
like,
something?
quiet, I'm in the middle of my hockey romance book. Don't say anything. You're ruining the moment for
A
me.
hockey romance book. We know what gets Tara going.
Wow, that's a very specific genre.
Now, what book is that?
It sounds like she's got a copy
I've
already.
got 761 in my Audible, so
761 pages or number of books?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's not all hockey romance.
Okay.
Paula, you want to make some money?
Yeah, I know.
Target middle-aged, hockey and start writing
Fantasy,
hockey
yeah,
romance.
like all that.
See, I feel like it's a very small genre. That,
After the
that
hockey
Tara's
game.
in.
Did you see they've come out with some romance books for like the Savannah Bananas, kind of like featuring some of their players and stuff?
Okay.
Really?
That's what I saw. Yeah, I
did
don't know
not
from
see
experience.
that. I did not know that.
All right.
Did not know that.
Find something new every day.
Yeah.
All right. Would you rather today brought
Yes.
to you by our friends at Prime IV. I went to Prime IV. Hopefully I sound... Do I sound a little less plugged up today, Paulie?
I would assume yes.
Less nasally, Tara?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I went to Prime IV yesterday, had the Myers cocktail, and I got a shot of glutathione, I got a shot of vitamin D, did some NAD+, and I'm feeling much better. My allergies over the weekend were absolutely atrocious, and I feel like my energy is sky high today. Do I seem more energized this morning than the last 2 mornings?
Yeah.
I feel better. I mean, the benefits are endless, so get on down there. They're doing the Lucky Leprechaun. It was St. Patty's Day yesterday, but they're running that all the way to the end of the month. You can get that Lucky Leprechaun add-on. It's $65. You're going to love that. I didn't try that because I needed to get the allergy stuff. I would have liked to try that. Maybe I'll try that later this month or next month or something. But get on down there. Prime IV, they're always a fan favorite. PrimeIVSTG.com. Telling the guys and gals on the Fan Sports Network, told you to stop on by. And if you fight allergies like me, go try the Myers cocktail. And then have them throw some glutathione in and some vitamin D. That's what I did yesterday. It was fantastic. All right, let's have some fun here. We have not done Would You Rather in a couple weeks.
Not with you.
Yeah, you guys did it when I was gone.
Yeah, we did it when you were gone.
We
but,
did.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I haven't done it in a couple weeks.
That's right.
Yeah.
So we felt like doing it today. So
All right.
Tara's got questions. Paulie and I we'll tell you what we would rather go with here on The Drive Again, brought to you by Prime IV.
All right. Would you rather Las Vegas or Seattle for an NBA expansion team?
Seattle. Just because I was such
So you
a
can like
big,
rarely make it up there and see it.
I just thought, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I am Northwest. I'm from Washington. There's some bias here.
Yeah.
But I think the Supersonics was one of the coolest logos. You know, their mascot, like everything was just dialed, and then the heart and soul got ripped out of the city, and they moved the Sonics to Oklahoma City. Clay Bennett, liar, traitor, thief. But at the end of the day, that youth, those great games, I used to love listening to the call or watching the game when it was Karl Malone and John Stockton versus Sean Kemp and Gary Payton.
The glove and the Rain Man.
Horny for three and Detlef Shrimp and Nate McMillan. And oh my gosh, there was some good times. So for me, getting the Sonics back is paramount. Now, scroll it forward to today. If I didn't have that history and that fond memory when I take that trip down memory lane, I would obviously say Vegas because it's a lot closer. I can shoot down to Vegas and I can watch the Seattle Sonics in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Now, the nice thing about this equation is with the voting coming soon, we could get both.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Which is a grand slam.
Yes.
I think the other cities have kind of faded, and it's really down to Vegas and Seattle.
Seattle, yeah.
Nashville was in the running. There was a couple other cities that were, and Nashville would have been cool. I've been to Nashville. I went there last year. It was a fantastic trip. I'll go back. But at the end of the day, I go slightly Seattle.
I'm going to go Vegas just for the accessibility if I'd like to hit a game.
You want to go see
yeah.
LeBron James? You can go to Vegas.
Or the Wizards, you know.
They're dynamite right now.
Yeah, they're amazing.
Give up 83 to Bam the other night.
Yeah, but they are my team, and I'm a loyal fan, so I will make my way down I-15 to take in a Wizards game in the future in Vegas. So I will say for the accessibility, my fanhood for that team probably won't be there. You know, I probably won't be a Vegas, whatever they are, aces, or not aces. They can't be. The Vegas Double Downs or something like that. So,
but if you're a Jazz fan,
yeah,
you're not switching loyalties, but it is a lot closer than driving from St. George to Salt Lake down to Vegas to catch a game.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see what the seat price differential is. Because I think this is a done deal. I think the owners are going to vote this through, and we're going to see Seattle's
mayor Jenny Durkin said she talked with NBA Commissioner Adam Silver and is very optimistic about landing an expansion franchise.
Yeah.
So that was what I saw.
And if you're
just a little bit
optimistic,
ago.
you're optimistic. You think it's going to happen. It's more likely than not. That's what that translates to. Mm-hmm. Yeah. If you would say cautiously optimistic if there was a chance, you would say really optimistic if it looks likely, and that's what it looks like right now.
It looks like it's pretty done.
Yeah.
So
cautiously optimistic is how we feel about the Jazz the last 4 years.
Yeah,
right?
that's right.
Can they win the over 18.5 games this year? Can they keep their top 8 protected pick? I'm so nervous. They got to stop winning.
You asked the question, which would you prefer?
I would go Las Vegas, just because. Like
have you ever been to Seattle?
Accessibility. I have, yeah.
Did you like it?
Yeah. No, it's rainy and cold.
You got a rainy week. Okay.
Yeah.
When did you go?
Probably every other week's a rainy week.
Yeah,
though.
exactly.
No, it's
if not more. Like 3 weeks out of the month, it's rainy.
Yeah.
And dark. So my aunt and uncle actually live up in the Tri-Cities area. So we used to go up and visit them all the time. And then we would go to Seattle when they had that minor league hockey team and stuff. We'd go watch them play hockey. And
nice.
So, yeah, we'd actually go up to Seattle quite a bit.
Tri-City's like 3 hours away.
Yeah, it's not too far.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So you're Vegas, I'm Vegas. You're obviously Seattle. Let's go to the next one.
All right. Would you rather have the Vegas Golden Knights or the Utah Mammoth to make the Stanley Cup Finals this year?
Paulie, go ahead.
What's up?
Yeah.
You got the hat on.
I'm probably going with the Mammoth on this one. The Knights have had their day in the sun. They've already won a cup.
Yeah.
So I would assume that the Mammoth is the team that I feel
I thought you were a loyalist. I thought you were such a flip-flop bandwagoner. I knew you were going to do that. Yeah, you are easily swayed. My goodness. If anybody needs to convince Paulie to do something, he's in.
Yeah.
You need him to act
He's
like
a team player.
You need him to act like he's a fan of your team and go on a road trip. He's in.
Yeah,
like he'll act it up for the weekend.
I'll do it.
He'll switch his allegiances.
I've been a Ute fan, a Utah State Aggie fan. I've been a Mammoth Knights. I've moonlighted as fans of other teams for years, living out 2,000 miles away from where I'm from. So I gotta do it. Support the locals, baby.
The locals?
Yeah, we're from Utah, or we live in Utah, right? I'm supporting the team that calls themselves the Utah Mammoth.
I will support Ryan Smith when he starts winning games for the Jazz.
Oh. Those two don't go together.
Hockey's importanter.
Yeah, importanter.
So he's focusing all of his...
Big word. Is that in the Webster's? Is that in the Webster? Important?
She was more of a math and science.
Is that a hockey term in your books, your novels?
Yeah.
Your novels.
It's importante and more important that I go see my girlfriend in between the second and third period.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Meet me on the bus, baby.
This is super easy, VGK.
Yeah, I mean, you're a fan, so it's hard.
Everybody asks me, why are you not rallying around the Utah Mammoth? And it's not that I don't like the Mammoth. It's not that I don't root for the Mammoth. But when you fall in love with a sport and you fall in love with a team, and that is your team. And I was never a hockey fan growing up. I'd never played the sport. I've been to one Tri-Cities Americans games, to Tara's points, in Tri-Cities, Washington, ironically enough. I don't know why you had to drive to Seattle to watch a hockey game. You got to watch the Americans in Tri-Cities. But one game as a kid growing up. I did not grow up a hockey fan.
Yeah.
Paulie, I think it was about the time you and I met we had met a little bit before the inaugural season.
It was. I think I moved out here when it was
2016,
2014.
14. Okay,
So they had announced,
couple years.
Or 2015, I think was when I got here. So they probably announced that the team was coming in 2016.
And so look, I mean, I was instrumental. I was in the middle of bringing the Knights on radio to St. George for a different radio company. I went down to the very first Knights ever preseason game at T-Mobile Arena. Got to know the front office, got to know the ownership group, got to meet some really cool people that I'm still good friends with to this day. And so just because Ryan Smith goes and buys the Coyotes and moves them to Utah, I'm not going to flush all those games, all those fun moments down and just switch. I'm not going to be disloyal to my team. So I didn't grow up in Utah because there's a lot of Utah hockey fans that cheer for the Avalanche or they cheer for I know there's a lot of Blackhawk fans, believe it or not, in Utah. Like whatever their team is, it's a melting pot. People move to Utah, especially Southern Utah, from all over. Yeah. And they brought their hockey fandom with them.
Yeah.
Correct.
So for me, though, I was never a hockey fan, and I became one. I learned the game. I fell in love with the Vegas Golden Knights. So this is really an irrelevant question for me.
All right. Well, I understand. Let me
You
just
understand?
say,
Do you understand? Do you really understand?
We understand,
See,
yeah.
I don't understand why you, a Capitals fan, acted like a Knights fan and then sold out on the Knights as your second favorite team and
we still
switched to
like
the
the
Mammoth.
Knights.
I watched the Knights last night.
Okay, so if the Mammoth and Knights play tonight, who are you rooting for?
Mammoth.
Mammoth. Yeah, probably.
So you have flip-flop.
like
Well,
I
the
said, the
Knights
Knights have
don't
had
need
their day. You know, they've been to the playoffs 8 out of 9 years.
Okay, so
They've won
the
a
Caps.
cup.
So you don't root for the Caps
they've been
anymore?
To 2 cups.
So
No, I mean
you don't root for the Caps
the
anymore? They
Caps
had
have
their
been-
day. They won their cup.
the Caps have been around
Obi
since
got the record.
1974 and stunk forever.
I know, but Obi got the record. They won their cup. Are you going to jump off their bandwagon too?
No.
Okay, well, why is
It's a
it?
team I grew up going to games
So
for.
why is it that you can act like a second favorite team? Because I understand you're first and foremost Caps.
Yes.
But now you can just so easily switch to the Utah Mammoth away from the VGK. That baffles me. That baffles me. I don't understand it.
Well, there's stuff behind the scenes there, you know, with the teams and stuff, the PR department.
Oh, what's her name? How long have you been dating? Is this a novel you've been
What's
reading?
her name?
Are you the one writing these? So you're writing these books that Tara's reading?
Yeah, I'm the author.
It's his
Interesting.
autobiography that I'm reading.
Now it's even more of a head scratcher for me, ladies and gentlemen. The baffler is in the studio.
That's good. Yeah, that's
Okay.
good there.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the next one here.
Yeah,
No,
we need-
I don't want to move off.
We need to get to a break, so let's just fight this out for a second longer.
You want to just let this play out a little
Yeah,
longer?
we'll just let this keep going.
There you go.
Bonus
Yeah,
round.
he's ready to go.
I
We're
wanna
going
know,
bonus.
because it doesn't sit well with me. I have been to Knights games with you.
Yeah.
And I've seen you put a Knights jersey on, and then you so easily flip flop, and now it's Mammoth. It's like speed dating or something. It's like,
Yeah.
oh well, they're
I
more
didn't like
sexy
her
than
shirt
the old
that
one.
day. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the other one.
I don't understand it. There's
Yeah.
no loyalty.
There's no loyalty to
I
second
don't even know if
favorite
I can call
teams.
you a Caps fan anymore because of the way you're flip flopping around like a fish out of water.
Okay, well, I think my Caps fanhood is secure.
It's secure.
I'm secure with myself.
His Caps man card,
Is there?
his Caps fan card has not been revoked.
Yeah.
It's still on.
And I have no idea who her hockey team is. She likes everybody in the league.
Kraken.
She's a
But
player's girl.
I change teams every couple of
She
years.
loves the
so I have
So
to,
this is my problem because
it's
you're
my
flip
family.
floppy.
It's my family. Really, I can't like my brother-in-law who's a head coach in the NHL. I can't
You can
be a
root for his
fan
team.
for his team.
You can. Okay, but
So
who
it's
is
not
who is
flip-floppy.
your team though?
Um,
You don't have one.
She doesn't have one.
no, I'm a Players fan because I switch
Traditionally.
every 2 years.
Yeah.
Hey, we got a surprise guest. Come here.
A surprise
Oh my goodness! Surprise
this.
guest!
Yeah.
Yes,
guest.
look at this.
Look
Wow!
at this. We got a
Wow!
We got a surprise guest.
Hey, yeah.
Family member of one of our.
Is she the
Let's
coach
see
in the NHL?
Yeah. Hey, come over here by Polly and turn around.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
What do we
She
got?
got you a surprise.
What? What is it? Oh my gosh! Where did you get that?
It's a custom. It looks like.
How did you
She
get a
made
hold
it
of that?
herself.
I did not text her that picture.
Yes, you did. You texted it to the group.
And he gets in the group, his eyes up for everybody. So Andy obviously got a little taste of it and thought that she needed to make a shirt out of it.
Did you give me one?
No.
What?
Oh,
Come over here, show him. Did you see it?
I want my royalty fees.
yeah.
My royalty fees.
So he's got copyright on that picture, Andy.
on the bottom, it says Mr. Six-Hole.
Look at you guys. You guys go the extra mile. I like that about you two.
The timing of this is
So
actually.
I don't think we've introduced her. This is Andy,
This is
Tara's
Andy.
daughter.
Yep.
I don't know
And
how
she's got a great shirt. I mean, it's one of the greatest
It's
shirts.
perfect.
The one probably as good as the
Hold
one
on.
you never bought us.
Hold on.
The Sam Darnold cigarette picture
Well,
shirt.
I
You can
couldn't
get on that mic. if you want.
Hold on a second.
Yeah,
Hold on a
hop on
second.
that mic, Andy.
Are you wearing that shirt all day long?
Yeah, turn that mic on. Get her on.
It's on, yeah.
How long have you had this shirt? Okay, so for our radio audience, there is a picture of me on the back of the shirt, sticking my tongue out.
A fat tongue, too, not
at
a
my
skinny tongue.
I'm sitting at my desk. I vaguely remember.
It was from the baseball game, like
Yeah,
couple
it was-
weeks
she
ago.
was saying they were
That's when
saying
you sent the picture, but it came in a couple days ago.
Yeah. So you went online and put that picture in, and and is there only this is a one of one shirt?
Yes, one of a kind.
this is
Devin.
a one and only. Yeah.
How many hard-earned dollars did you spend of your own money to make that shirt, Andy?
It's like $10.
$10.
$10.
Totally
what-
worth it.
Okay, so
Look at all the enjoyment. Look at the smile on her face. So she's getting way more than $10 worth of
Yeah.
smiles.
what are my royalty fees on this?
It's not my fault you were dumb and sent me the picture. You don't get no fees.
You get no fees.
It's my picture. I sent the picture.
I said it was copyrighted.
it's copyrighted.
To you.
Yeah, it's copyrighted. It's
Well.
copyright infringement. You're gonna be talking to my lawyers.
Right.
For those of you who can't see, I'm literally like sitting at my desk. I got my earbuds in, and I'm sticking my tongue out. I don't know what we were talking about that day that made me send a selfie.
They were at a baseball
we were at the
game.
And I was stuck at work.
We were
game.
stuck
Yeah.
at the office.
And now it's on a shirt.
Now it's on a shirt.
So now it's gonna be everywhere.
And there's proof that Devin actually was somewhat working.
He wasn't at the golf course
It
for
lives
once.
forever. Yeah.
Now we do.
Working, you were taking pictures.
Yeah, you were taking selfies.
Well, you guys were like, "What are you doing?" I think, and I was just like, "I'm
Like,
working."
why aren't you here? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Good. I love the shirt.
Look at that.
You're
I don't
welcome.
love the
I almost-
picture. But
It shows. It's a sign of admiration. She had a
Yeah.
whole shirt made up for you. She's high on you're high on her totem pole.
Yeah. All right, but we do have to get
I
to a
don't
break.
know about that. I don't know about that.
I mean, it's not the greatest
Tara's
picture
lost-
of you, but
Tara's lost all control of the show. It is a Wednesday. It feels like a Freaky Friday. We'll be right back on the Fan Sports Network. Southern Utah. We are back. Final segment for us. We don't have a lot of time left. I'm glad I don't.
Yeah.
I'm glad that Andy customized the shirt. What do we call that shirt?
Mr. Six Hole.
Yeah, get her mic on.
I hate that
The
name.
brainchild of this shirt. Get her some shine here.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
well,
my favorite shirt I've seen in the last 6 months.
What was the
It's the
word
best.
Tara used today?
What?
Important.
Important.
Importanter.
Yeah, that's going on a T-shirt.
Oh,
nice.
See,
Oh, okay.
he's gonna.
Because I looked
I'm
at
sure
it.
he's got some-
He's gonna shoot back now.
I
so
looked that up in the
fine.
Webster Dictionary. That is not a word.
It's not.
Well, it is now.
Importanter is not a word. Just so you know.
It was a joke.
Yeah, sure.
Because hockey is importanter.
Yeah. We're going to be live Saturday. Watch party. That a couple people texted. Hey, what are the details? Here are the details. Black Desert, their sports grill at the resort is called the 20th Hole. 14,000 plus square feet. Full bar, great menu. We're going to have the indoor golf simulators
Did you say
rolling.
open bar?
No, I did not. Don't put out.
She's there
that's
early now.
That's false advertising. It's Utah. You pay for
It's
your
full
drinks
bar.
in Utah. But there will be drinks served that you can buy for purchase. And we will be doing it closest to and a long drive in the golf simulators inside the 20th hole, not the 6th hole, the 20th hole at Black Desert Resort. Right after the 19th hole comes the 20th hole. It's called the 20th hole because if you haven't played Black Desert Resort, most courses are 18 holes. They have a 19th hole. So we'll be there broadcasting live from 1 to 3, but you can show up anytime between noon and 9 o'clock, and you can still hang out with us this Saturday during the round of 32. X96 is going to join us out there. Fan Sports Network going to be broadcasting live. Going to be a lot of fun. Come check us out. All right, show today brought to you by Soda Weight Loss. Paulie,
Yes,
what's the latest and greatest as you're
absolutely.
letting go of a few pounds?
That's right. 20, 30, even 40 you need to get rid of. Every champion knows this. The offseason is where victories are won, but waiting for summer, that's playing catch up. Right now, you're in the game. Train smarter, fuel better. That's the key. Soda Weight Loss gives you one-on-one coaching from licensed nutritionists and habits built to last, like a pro's playbook. And here's the power play. Join now, and your partner joins free. 2 transformations, 1 investment. Don't sit on the bench. Call Soda today, 866-800-SOTA, or visit sodaweightloss.com. Short-term commitments, lifetime results. Your championship season starts now.
Soda Weight Loss, game changer. Thank you, Paulie. Rate the show today. Tara,
very
go.
good.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to say a 10.
Wow. The first ever 10.
Thanks to Andy Bar's
Yes!
Atkin.
Look at that. The first ever 10. I think it has something to do with the shirt, but you know.
Devin has a
Well, I
little
didn't
10
contribute.
headed.
It was my picture that I sent to the group.
It was pretty epic. But she's the one that made it. She
Yeah.
made it happen.
She's the brainchild behind the operation.
Paul, you and I got a quilt to make. It's
Yes.
called
A quilt?
the Birded Quilt.
The more important quilt is
The more
on the way.
important
Quilt.
triple bird quilt.
Yeah. We're going to have a lot of
I was gonna say it's
Andy.
gonna be more than just triple.
Yeah.
All right, we're out of time. We had a blast. Don't forget to go to our website, get in our bracket challenge to win $995. See you tomorrow, everybody.